Hello, dear students of class 7. Today we are going to study part 5 of our chapter 6, more on spreadsheet. Now, students, in this part we will be studying changing row height and changing column width, then using the autofill feature, and if time permits, we'll also study custom lists. Actually, this custom list is not there in your reduced syllabus of ICSE, but still, I'm going to take it if the time permits. So let's start with our today's part 5. We'll start this lecture, students, with the topic changing row height and column width. Now, students, in Microsoft Excel, we can adjust. Adjust means what? Change. Okay? According to our need, we can change. If we change something, that is called as adjusting. So we can adjust the row height and column width of a worksheet as per our requirement. Okay, now what is the meaning of row height and column width? Now, students, as you can see, this is an Excel worksheet, right? This entire worksheet is an Excel worksheet. Now, as you can see, I have made this data over here. I have typed this data over here. Now, this is row. This is a row. This is row number 1. This is row number 2. Can you notice the difference between row number 1 and row number 2? Or row number 3 and row number 2? What is the difference? The difference between row number 1 and row number 2 is the difference of height. Now, as you can see, this row has less height, but this row has more height. So row number 2 has more height. So what actually I have done, I have changed the height of this row number 2. Okay, so this is called as changing row height. So this particular from here to here is called as row height. Okay, students. Okay, this is the row height. This is the height of the row. The next topic is the changing of the column width. So what is column width? Now, students, can you notice the difference? Now this is column. This is A column. This is B column. This is C column. This is D column. If we compare column number C and column D, then can you notice the difference between column number C and column number D? Yes, there is a difference. What is that difference? Is the difference of this width. The difference of this width. So column number C has less width, column number D has more width. So this part is called as height, this part is called as width. Okay, a row has height, it does not have width. A column has width, it does not have a height. Okay, so this is the meaning of row height and column width. And now in this topic we are going to study how to change row and height, okay, row height and column width in our worksheet according to our need. Now, students, there's this statement written over here. The default value of row height and column width is 15 points and 8.43 points respectively. What is the meaning of this? Now, students, it is not necessarily true. Suppose I open a new Microsoft Excel. Okay, so this is my new Microsoft Excel window. What they are saying that as soon as you open the Microsoft Excel window, okay, this in any worksheet, this is the row height and this is the column width. What they are saying that the default row height is 15 points. So from here to here it is 15 points. Okay, and from the default row height is 8.43, but actually it is not applicable for all different versions of Excel. For example, the Microsoft Excel that I have, in my Excel, okay, the default row height, okay, what is the default row height? I'll just show you. See, the default row height is 14.4, okay, and the default column width is 8.11. Okay, so it doesn't matter, you don't even have to remember this, what is the default what is the default you don't even have to remember this, what is the default row height and default row width, but it is nearly equal to 15 and nearly equal to 8.43. In my, the default row height is 14.4, and the default column uh, width is 8.11. So it depends, it doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is you should know how to change the row height and column width according to our own need. So let's start with it. How to change the row height? Okay, now that you have understood the concept of row height, let us study how to change row height. So select the row. Obviously, if you want to change the height of a row, select the row. Then click on the drop down arrow of the format button in the cells group on the home tab. So what we need to do, we need to go to the home tab. In home tab, we need to go to cells group, and then we need to click on this format button. Okay, so let's try it. Now, as you can see, I have already changed the row height of row number 2. So for your example, let's change the row height of row number 6. Okay, so this, I have selected my row number 6. Okay, then what I need to do, after selecting this row, just click on this numbering and the entire row will be selected. Okay, this you have already studied. Then you need to go to the home tab. In home tab, you need to go to this cells group, and in cells group, click on this format drop down. Click on this arrow over here and come to this row height option over here. Click on this row height option over here. The row height dialog box will appear. See this dialog box? And in this, you just type the row height that you require. Suppose you want 25, then type 25 over here and just click OK, and see the row height of this row has been changed. Isn't it very easy? Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is to change the column width. Now you have already understood what is column width. This part over here, this is the column width. Okay, so how to change column width? Again, it is a very easy procedure. Let's study it. Select the column. The first thing that we do is select the column. Suppose I want to change the column height of this column F. Okay, so I will select column F. Then what I need to do? Then again go to the home tab. Okay, click on the drop down arrow of the format button. So same procedure. Okay, select the column, then go to home tab. In home tab, go to the cells group and click on this drop down arrow on the format button. And this time, instead of clicking on this row height, come over here and click on column width, and click on column width and change the column width. Suppose you want the column width to be suppose 50. Okay, then click on OK. So see, the width of the column has been increased. I hope this easy procedure is understood by you. So this is a very easy procedure to change the row height and column width. Students, one more thing that you can do is you can directly change the row height and column width by dragging and releasing. See, if I want to change the row height of this row 3, so I will just go to this row 3 and select it, and I'll come to the edge of this row 3. Okay, over here, and you can see that the double headed arrow has come over here. Okay, this black colored, this white colored plus sign changes to double headed arrow. Just click on this and now just drag it, and see the row height has changed. So this is also a very easy method to directly change the row height according to your need. Okay, now in this you don't need to type any values or anything. You can just drag it. You can make it smaller also, you can make it bigger also. Okay, now in the same manner, if you want to change the column width, then you can use the same concept and change the column width by dragging. So this is how you can, this is one another method to change the row height and column width. Okay students, I hope you understood this. Moving on to the next topic. The next topic is using autofill feature. Using the autofill feature. Students, this is a very important feature. Autofill. Auto means doing something automatically. Okay? You don't have to type it. Okay? It will be done automatically. And fill means filling something automatically. Okay, so Excel provides a wonderful feature called autofill to fill the range of cells with series of data. Now the important point over here is series of data. That means by default Excel provides you the autofill feature to fill the range of cells with series of data. That means the data must be in series. What is series means, if you can see over here, January, after January February will come, then March, then April, then May, then June. So till December it is a series of months. Okay, and after December again what will come? January. Okay, in the same manner, the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So all these are again in series. Okay, then series can also be of numbers. Okay, the series of numbers like 1 2 3 4, or you can start with 3, then after 3 you write 5, and then you type this 7. So what is this? 3 5 7 9 gives you a feature of automatically filling the data, okay, without typing it. It is easiest method to fill the data quickly and automatically in worksheets. So by using this autofill feature, you can save your time and your efforts also. Very interesting topic. Let us see how to do that. Okay, so what they are saying, how to do: suppose you want to fill the series of months of the year. Okay, so what you can do is select the cell which contains the data. So let's say the B1. So what, in the B1 cell they have written January. Okay, now let me show you over here. Suppose I, instead of B1, I just go to A1. Okay, you can type in any cell, it doesn't matter. So I type January over here. Okay, and in the bottom cell I want February. So instead of typing January, February over and over again, okay, what we can do is just type January over here and then click on over here. Okay, click on this edge. Okay, see, position the pointer at the lower right corner of the cell. The mouse pointer changes to plus sign. This is called as fill handle. So can you see this tiny box over here? This, just right now my pointer is not over there. Okay, I need to position my pointer over here on this small box. See, I've zoomed it as much as I can do it. Now see, this small tiny black color box over here, lower right corner, at the lower right corner, I need to take my pointer over here. Okay, and as soon as I take my pointer over here, the pointer changes into a black colored plus icon. Okay, this is called as, this black colored pointer is called as fill handle. What is it called? Fill handle. So as soon as my fill handle appears, I will left click on my mouse and I will drag my mouse. I will drag my mouse till whatever I want. So see, I have, without typing, just by using the autofill feature, I have got the data from January to December. Now I know what your question will be. Sir, what if we drag further after December? If we drag further after December, we'll again get January, because in the series of years we get after December what comes? January, then Feb, then March, and so on. Again, if we come to December, after December, January. So this is how we fill the series of data. Okay, students, using the autofill feature. So this is our autofill feature. So I hope you understood what is autofill feature. Now, there are some tips. If the source cell contains number, a formula, a day or a month, the autofill feature copies the data from the source cell to the destination cell. Okay. In case of numbers, type two consecutive numbers to fill the series while using the autofill. Here, and if I come to this lower right corner, and if I drag my fill handle and if I drag it, then it will type 11111. So in case of numbers, you have to type at least two numbers. Okay, so if you want a series of 1 2, till any number, okay, so what you need to do, you need to type two consecutive numbers. That means two numbers which are coming one after the other. So in this case, I have typed 1 and 2. Now I'll select them, and then again I will follow the same procedure and I will move on. Now see, numbers don't end. So that's why the more further you drag, the number will keep on increasing. Okay, it will not repeat itself. The number series will not repeat. Okay, so see, without even typing, I got the series of numbers. Okay, now let me show you how to input just the even numbers. Okay, series of even numbers. So this is 2 and this is 4. I have typed 2 and 4 and I have selected, and then I am following the same procedure. You can see there are no odd numbers in this series. There are only even numbers. So in the same manner, you can create autofill list of, or a list of odd numbers also. You can also create the days of the week. So suppose I have typed Monday, okay, and then if I drag it, see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What will come after Sunday? Again Monday, and so on. Okay, so this is how we use the autofill feature. Okay, so I hope you have understood the autofill feature of your Microsoft Excel. Now students, relating to this autofill feature, there is one more topic. Now right now this topic has been removed from your ICSE syllabus because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But let me explain you what exactly custom list is. Okay, it is a concept which is related to autofill feature only. Now students, custom list means a list which is defined by the user. A list which is defined by the user. Okay? Custom list helps in defining the user defined list. That means that means those autofill lists which are not already present in Microsoft Excel. Suppose if I type Asia over here, okay, and if I find in Excel for the list for the autofill for your this continents, names of the continents. Okay, so in this case students, if I want a list of autofill list of continents, I need to use custom list. I need to prepare my list once and then I can use it again and again. How to do that? By creating custom lists. So this can save our time and reduce errors. Now, you can create custom lists in two ways, either by typing the values in the custom list dialog box or by importing it from the range of cells. And I am going to teach you both the methods today. Okay, now the first method is creating list by typing in values. So let us create a list of continents, names of the continents like Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. Okay, so we are going to create a custom list, and then let's start with this list. Okay, so how to do this, how to create this custom list? Okay, click on the options present in the file tab. So this is our file tab, this is the home tab, this one is the file tab. Click on the file tab, then come down over here and click on this options button over here. Can you see this just above exit? Click on the options button, and when you click on the options button, the Excel options dialog box will open. This dialog box is known as Excel options. Now in this Excel options, students, we have to come to this advanced button over here, okay, or the advanced tab. Now after clicking on this advanced tab, we need to scroll this down and come to check for general options. So see, can you see this general over here? We need to come to this general over here. See, in the right pane. So in this Excel options, this part is the left side and this part is the right side. In the right pane, okay, we need to drag, we need to come to this general options, okay, general over here. Now in this general, we need to click on this edit custom list, which is the last button. Can you see this edit box custom lists? So if you can see, the custom, some of the lists are already defined over here. Now we need to define our own custom list. Okay, so what we need to do is that we need to click on this first option, that is new list over here, and then come to this list entries, come to this list entries. And now because we want to define a custom list, that is the user defined list of names of continents, so we will type the names list entries. So the first one, suppose I want Asia, and then after typing Asia, we will press on the enter button. Which button? Enter button. See this button, enter button over here. We'll press on the enter button and we'll come to the next line. Okay, then after Asia, what is given? Africa, then North America. So let's type Africa, then North America. Okay, then South America, Antarctica, South America, then Antarctica, then Europe, and what is left? Australia. AUSTRALI. Now you can, I have only defined 7 names in this list. You can define any number of names in this type of list. Okay, you can create the list of as many as you want. Okay, and after clicking on the, after typing your list, okay, this is the list and so on. In the last, Australia will come. Okay, now after doing this, we have to click on the add button. So we have to click on the add button. See add button over here. As soon as I click on this add button, you can see my list has appeared over here. Can you see this? My list has appeared over here. Okay, and if I want to delete this list, I will click on delete, but right now I'm not deleting it. Okay, so the list has come over here. Now I need to press OK over here, and after that pressing OK, again I'll be directed to this Excel options. Click on OK over here again. Now students, how to get the list? We can get the list that we have defined through the autofill option. Suppose I want my list over here. See, name of continents. You don't have to type this also. Okay, you don't have to type this also. Okay, just remove this. Suppose you want the list to appear on your worksheet. So what you can do is type the first name, that is Asia. Okay, and then select this Asia and use the autofill option. See, and your list has appeared. Again after Australia, what will come? Asia. Okay, so see, this is how you define a custom list and you use that feature in your Microsoft Excel. I hope you understood this method. Okay, students. Now moving on. Now students, there is one more method of defining or creating the custom list, and that method is called creating a list by importing. Okay, so this was the method of creating list by typing in values. The next method is creating a custom list by importing. So how to do that? I'll just write the names of some random students. Suppose I write Aman, then Bheem, then Carol, Dan, uh, Joseph, Kinjal. Okay, so I've defined some Herman. Okay, so I've defined names of these 8 students. Okay, now I want this list to be saved into my custom list. So what I'm going to do is that I'll click on this, I'll select this list, and I will see what is the range of this list. What is the range of this list? It is from C1 to C8. C1, it starts from cell C1 to cell C8. Okay, this list is from C1 to C8. Okay, now students, what we need to do is that now that we remember that this list is from C1 to C8, now what we need to do, again go to this file tab, then go to options. Okay, again go to advanced, then in advanced, over the right side pane we need to search for general. Again click on edit custom lists, but this time instead of clicking on this new entries and typing over here, we will come to here, press enter to import list from cells. We'll come to this import list from cells, and over here students, we need to type this. See, I told you now, we need to remember that the list started from C1 to C8. Okay, C1 to C8. So what we need to type over here is that we need to type dollar C $1, because it starts from C1 na. So we are going to use this dollar C dollar, oh sorry, $1. Okay, then this colon symbol, and then dollar C $8. Okay, from C1 to C8, and then click on this import button over here. Click on this import button over here. See, as soon as I clicked on this import button, my list has been imported over here. See this list? This is what I had typed, and now we need to click on OK, and again click on OK. Now you can see, if I type just Aman, and now if I use the autofill feature, I can get my list without typing. So isn't it easy? Isn't this creating custom list very easy? So with this students, I hope this today's topic will help you in understanding the concepts of Microsoft Excel in a better way, and it will help you to save your time. Okay students, so with this we finish our chapter number 6. Okay, more on spreadsheets. Now I have already given you the question answers of this chapter. Only the exercise part is left, so I'll be sending you the exercise part also today. Okay, so complete your exercise and practice all these concepts that I have taught you in the class today. Okay students, now take care, uh, and be well. Thank you for listening.